Yeah, well, the lenses are way better than the Bigscreen Beyond
for
1.
the past couple weeks. First off,
Absolutely.
the field of view improvement is genuinely impressive. But I think what's more impressive is how Bigscreen has improved lens artifacts like glare and internal reflection.
Separating when I say the
Made it so much better that I now feel bad for anyone who jumped on the first one.
Hello everyone, welcome to this channel, to the place where I speak about things which I'm interested in. And today I want to tell you my thoughts about this headset, a Bigscreen Beyond version 2. And right in the beginning, I'll say that this headset has puzzled me the most. Let's get started. So before we start the video, I want to remind everyone about several facts. I purchased this headset in a regular way as every other customer. This channel doesn't have any affiliate links. We don't do these things like that here. I don't like that. I'll talk about it a bit later. There's no sponsors of this video. I just want to say my opinion. Another thing I want to say is that yes, I am a CEO of Somnium Space. We are a social VR platform, but also producers of our own Somnium VR1 headset. I don't take this headset as the competitor to Somnium VR1, but I know some of you, the warriors, the keyboard warriors, will definitely see that way. This is your right. I just want to be upfront. Yes, I'm the founder and CEO of Somnium Space. Yes, we produce headsets. So take my thoughts and my review as you wish. It's up to you how you will process the information I will say. Another thing I want to say before we start the video is that actually I like Bigscreen guys. I like the idea of having independent manufacturers of PC VR hardware on the market. I really applaud them for trying new things. I really applaud them for making their dream a reality. I really draw a lot of parallels in what we try to do, you know, what Somnium tries to do and what Bigscreen tries to do. I think we're trying to push the PC VR market forward. Some things I'll be saying in a video might not sound like that. But with all of this clearing the waters, so now you know all the background of this, let's dive into this review of Bigscreen Beyond version 2. I've obviously seen Bigscreen Beyond version 1. I've tried it. I didn't like it. There were things which, you know, were too much of the compromise to me. I mean, it looked cool, but was not something for me. You know, the glare, the very tiny sweet spot, brightness, and all the other stuff. And, you know, I've seen people rave about it, or I've seen people hating on it. I was basically ignoring it because to me that's a very different type of device. But then, you know, the time has passed and Bigscreen has announced version 2. When they did that, I started watching, probably as all of you do, right? YouTubers, VR YouTubers content regarding this headset. While I was watching, I was getting an impression that, hey, they have fixed, if not all, but vast majority of the problems and vastly improved on all of those things, to a point where, you know, we heard so many superlatives in the reviews of some YouTubers, some people saying, that's it, there's no way of going back to anything bigger than that. This is the holy grail, all the problems are solved, and now you can use this for simulators, you can use this for social VR. This is a go-to headset, and this is a go-to form factor from now on, because vast majority of problems is solved. Since it was repeated to me from every YouTube video I was watching, I said to myself, okay, because I test all the headsets here, part of my job as well as someone who is building the headset, I said to myself, okay, I need to buy Beyond 2 because, you know, while I tested Beyond 1, happened to be in the same IPD person, which I have, 64, now I have to buy one, because if that is that good and someone who is invested in a Hypervision, which is the Pancake Lens R&D company, I wanted to test it out and I want to see what's all this rave. So I did. I purchased that, I ordered that, and then I waited. And recently, this headset turned out in our office here in Somnium Space, and that's where the journey begins. Let's mention unboxing because it's an important part. You'll see inside, very neatly and cleanly put together box, which reminded me of a very end consumery style of the packaging, going in the direction of, end consumer retail mainstream product. Nothing wrong with that. That's great. For example, in Somnium VR1, we decided to go for a more industrial way of packing the headset, in a robust box, giving you the screws and the screwdriver and putting things together, and just making it a more industrial feel, which is a completely different and still valid approach. There are two different approaches how you want to do it. Noted things from unboxing when I was doing it is, first of all, this face cover, this custom face cover, is almost as heavy as the whole headset. So if you put that together, okay, am I capable of doing that? I am. If you put that together magnetically, introduces some weight, but nothing to worry about. I'm just saying, I didn't expect this to be as heavy as this, which is at the same time flattering for the headset because it's very light, and a little bit damning for this thing because it's very heavy. Okay, the lenses were not covered with any protective layer, whether it's a special sticker or something. Yes, the headset was facing down, but still I expected to have this beautiful sound of unpacking lenses. Didn't get that, but let me know if that's the case on your devices. Other than that, from the unboxing experience, I unboxed it. There is a strap, there are cables. Nothing to note there apart from probably the cable. The breakout box is very plasticky, and the plastic is more on the cheap side, and the cable itself also kind of more on the cheap side. I would say medium quality cable, so not something super premium. I would rather have the box a little bit more heavy, just so that it tends to lie on the ground sturdier, more firmly. But other than that, again, like the unboxing. I truly like the unboxing. So thumbs up, Bigscreen, well done on the box, well done on the unboxing experience. Great letter with signatures of the team. I do something similar in VR1 with a letter, and I signed it as well as a thank you letter. That brings me to a point where I actually plugged in this headset for the first time. Now, let's recap a little bit of what this headset is. We have pancake lenses here. It is a Lighthouse Track PC VR headset, so you need Lighthouse base stations, and the resolution is 2.5K per eye. When I plugged in this headset, I was very curious, right? My IPD was set directly from the factory, 64. It turned on, there's some controls, very minimal. You can control refresh rate, you can control the brightness, and you can control colors and stuff. And I took it on, and I was in Steam VR, and I said, wait a second, something is off. I feel like something is off. So I took it off, and I started to clean. By the way, the lens has fallen. This is VR1 lens. So I started to try to clean the lens because I thought maybe they're dirty. So I was cleaning the lens very carefully. You should always clean your lenses very carefully. And then I said, okay, that should help. I put it back on, and that clearly didn't help because it was not about the lens being dirty. At that point, I said, okay, I said, SteamVR, okay, let's dive into game. And the first game I loaded was Somnium Space, just because in the city center, I know this game from inside out. I know those scenes from inside out. I just wanted to compare because I use Somnium every day. I use Somnium VR1 to use Somnium every day. So I know the colors, I know how the colors should look like in terms of the design of the game. And I right away started to load Somnium Space. And in the beginning, when you load Somnium Space, there is a splash screen logo, this thing animated. A dark background or black background, white animated logo, splashing in front of you, doing some cool animations. And when that started to load, the amount of glare I got and the ghosting and everything I got in my eyes was, I'd say, shocking. I immediately was a wake-up call for me, but I proceeded. So that's how you adjust ICD Bigscreen Beyond 2, okay? They provided this tool in the box. You need to do like this, okay? And one thing I didn't expect, or what I rather expected, that if you put this tool into this hole, okay, that sounds wrong, but okay. If you put this tool in this hole and you start moving, I expected it to be clicky, so I know that there is maybe 1 millimeter or like 0.1 millimeter click or something, but there's almost no resistance. So I just, the first thing I thought maybe I'm in the wrong hole, or maybe I did do it wrongly, but somehow I then realized that actually it's moving, so I'm now setting up IPD for Shodah for him to try, and I'll film him. He'll tell you his opinion. You know, it's a clear workaround, and you know, I think that will be the theme of this review is everything in this headset is a workaround, and the big question is, which we'll answer later in this review. Maybe it's already answered. I don't know when this question will go in, but the big question is it worth it?
Obviously, I understand that it's not face shade for me, it's face shade for you. What is this juddering when I'm moving? Persistent stuff. If I'm talking on, just doing that, it just takes me completely out the spot and everything looks...
Oh, because it moves?
Look.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
And I'm quite a vocal, I'm just doing it then without even trying, but I'm quite a vocal, loud, giggly Brit.
Okay, do you want me to crank the brightness up?
Yeah.
This is 100%. This is 100% right now.
But now you're getting, I know it's a persistence thing, but... Juddering.
The motion blur, huh?
Wait, can I try something?
Yeah?
Let's try something. Just to make sure.
Yeah. And you want a trick?
Go on then.
Take it off. Listen. Maybe.
Also, when you're moving your head around, it goes...
Yeah, exactly. It does.
How does something so small be so cumbersome to...
Oh, yeah, this...
What was that?
Yeah, because you covered...
So this is cranked up to 125.
25, yeah, 125.
It reminds me a lot CV1. That's what I'm thinking.
Lots of people like CV1, by the way.
Oh yeah, I still love mine, but I think from memory serves right, that had a bit more field of view than this. But it's the persistent that's very similar to what CV1 had.
Yeah.
And the colors are very similar to what CV1 had.
I went into Somnium Space, I loaded into the main plaza, Somnium Plaza, and I looked around and immediately, instantly, I saw, okay, the resolution is too soft for me. Like the sharpness is not there, colors are not there, and the brightness is incredibly dim. I went around, I spent probably 5-10 minutes in the scene, walking around, looking, went to Magic Forest, purple, beautiful place with some bright and dim colors. So great stuff. I went into the cave where it's dark. So I tried to, look at the OLED, and then I took it off, and then I went into settings. I went into SteamVR, I oversampled the resolution, so I cranked it up, and I went into the settings of Bigscreen, and I put the brightness up. Now, immediately when I did that, the fan here started to scream at me. Quite annoying way. I wouldn't say it's like a deal breaker, but it's something you hear. One more thing I noticed as well is that while this face cushion blocked the light perfectly, there was pitch black. There's no light leakage whatsoever. I'm not a sweaty guy at all. Like I rarely sweat in VR much, or I rarely sweat on my face much. But I noticed that I was sweating here because there's no air coming in. Like it was not a deal breaker, but that puzzled me for a second. I felt like sweat. I took it off, right, and I felt immediately the moisture. Went again into Somnium Space to see the difference. The brightness settings almost didn't help, but what I noticed when I cranked up the brightness, I immediately saw the image delay. Like it was washing out the whole, like the at that brightness, the pixels were not able to process that movement fast, and that was the moment where I said, okay, I don't want to use it. That like the brightness didn't help much. Like I didn't gain much brightness to justify that blurry mess. But everybody in the industry knows I don't like meta. Okay, we don't need to repeat that. But I just grabbed the headset from Shodah, what he uses sometimes for the work to use it easily while he needs to code something, because VR1 is not made to take it off and on all the time. The lenses here are... The bobo strap is something... We don't cut this straight out. The lenses here are really, really good. What struck me in back-to-back comparison is the brightness of Quest 3, 40% brighter, 40% brighter than Beyond 2 at 100% brightness. Why I'm saying 100% brightness, because to me, because of the persistent motion blur, this is not usable anywhere but above 100% brightness. If you crank it up, it becomes a blurry mess. The colors are much more vivid because the colors here are matte. If I just compare these two headsets, this is way better headset in my opinion. Yes, it's not as tiny, but it's also not as big. And with this strap, what Shodah uses, it's way more comfortable because it's not even touching your screen. Here, I don't know how Bigscreen plans. I don't have that strap. If you use it with a halo strap, the moment any light comes into anywhere near these lenses, you lose even more bright. You lose the whole image, the whole point of this. So halo strap here. I think they will still use the custom facial interface. It's just the pressure will be on this, but the facial interface will still be touching your skin. So yeah, I mean, this is just with all of my not love, and I'm being nice to Meta. This is just way better headset. Way better for the simulator people. Why? Even PC VR. Why? Because it has larger sweet spot, bigger field of view, better brightness, better edge-to-edge clarity, better colors. That's what you need from VR, right? I'm just even comparing to this. I'm not even comparing to PC VR headsets like VR1 and other.
So I was just thinking, Arthur.
Yeah.
Just thinking. You got a lot of headsets. Like pretty much.
Just some part of it, yeah.
What headsets from the past do you think are better visually, regardless of weight or anything like that, but visually?
Let's start with one of my least favorite headsets, which I dismissed completely because of the nose ergonomics again and the visuals. Bigscreen, okay? I didn't like this headset, but visually, this was better. Footprint-wise, I mean, not that much bigger. Really not. Pancake XR, 2.5 years old reference design from our partner or from the company who wanted to produce some of the headset for us and stuff. Footprint, don't forget about this halo strap, okay? This is comfort, but just footprint of this thing, it's the same. Lenses, better. Visuals, better. I'm talking about the lenses because the screens is a little bit different story. Quest Pro, like Quest 3, very good pancake lenses. Didn't like that headset because of the uncomfortable strap for me, but the visuals, better here. Again, not the resolution, the visuals, the lenses. Pico 4 Ultra, one of my favorite headsets, better visuals. Quest 2, God Rays, comparable. Amount of glare I get here reminds me of the God Rays mess you get here. So the Fresnel lenses should not exist in 2025. Samsung Odyssey Plus, the OLED goodness, perfect blacks, anti-SDE screens. I don't know why I talk like someone from Asia, but doesn't matter. Apart from the God Rays from Fresnel lenses, the visuals, very good. How do we compare this to this? Obviously this is much bigger. Sharpness, much better here. Comparable. I don't know, PSVR 2. Oh yeah, I don't like this facial interface when something is barely touching and then not touching. Oh my god, that irritates me. I know what I didn't like about PSVR 2 is the Wura. This is bright. This was brighter than VR1, so this is better. This segment brought to you by Somnuspace. We designed the whole headset around the visuals. Does what it does because it has mixed reality, hand tracking, eye tracking, all this kind of stuff. Visually, this is better. I'm not talking about ergonomy and stuff, but honestly speaking, I sweat in this more than in this. Okay, wait, I have one more. So did I say Go VR? Am I Oculus Go? Go VR. Oculus Go? Beyond True is better. Game over. So as you can see, I'm recording this video within several weeks because, I take my time to test the headset. Based on my outfits, you see the outfits change in the video. That's the reason for that. I've been using Bigscreen Beyond 2 for a couple of weeks. I just want to also mention a few things regarding the software. Because, there's one thing to make VR hardware. It's very complex and it's very tedious and it's very expensive. And again, I know because we build our own VR headset, and that's why I applaud to Bigscreen guys for actually bringing this product to the market, to bring the product to deliver on the promise. I always applaud that. That's really good and it's really great. I'm happy that they did. It's another big part of actually delivering the hardware. Because if, on example of VR1, I would say, developing the headset in general with software and hardware costs millions and millions. I would say 50% of the costs at this point, 50% of all R&D costs, which are connected to VR1, are 50% software and 50% hardware. While I was pleasantly surprised by the looks and the build quality of the Beyond, not as pleasantly surprised by the optics quality and the visuals quality, I was quite disappointed, to be honest, with the software utility kit which Bigscreen provides with this headset. This is Steam VR headset, meaning it cannot do native OpenXR functionalities and stuff. I get it. But the utility which they provide you to control your Bigscreen Beyond, and there you can control the refresh rate, the fan speed, the brightness, and then the color of LED. I believe that's it. Maybe a few other things, but that's pretty much it. To me, when I looked at that software and even the design of that software and just the ergonomics of the software, it screamed to me very quick slop. Unfortunately, again, I have to say, unfortunately, I didn't like it at all. From the product like this, I would expect a polished software with great UI, great functionalities, and way more than what they provide. Because I believe that if you do PC VR headset, it needs to be fully open for all kinds of features and also all kinds of runtimes, whether it's TeamVR runtime or OpenXR runtime. So there's a final thought right now, and then with final thought. And wait for the final thought. That's a killer. Because I'm really pissed, but not on Bigscreen, guys. The conclusion for this headset, I'm not mad at Bigscreen Beyond, guys, for creating the headset like that. I'm very puzzled for whom this headset actually is. Because on one side, if you are a serious sim person, whether you're a flight simmer or a race simmer, you can't be seriously racing or flying in this because of the limited visuals and brightness, because of the glare, because of the refresh rate, and even the color shifts the way how the color is represented in the yellowish side on my headset, at least on my headset, but I've heard from people that that's the case on there too. Now, if you are not simming in this headset, again, because in sim you need full field of view, in racing you need to see the mirrors. The less you do this, 1 second, half a second you lose, that's 100 meters you travel in a car at a speed of 320 kilometers per hour. That's the difference between the crash or not crash. You can't take this seriously. In flight simming, you need to have the clarity. You need to have the good refresh rate. You need to have an ability to see and to immerse yourself in this. Whether you're fighting or you're just flying to enjoy it, you just need those traits. You need the brightness. You need the super clarity in there. You should have as less possible reprojections or as least possible glare as you can. But then if it's not for simming people, who is this for? Okay, let's take social VR aspect. What do you need in social VR? You definitely don't want to have glare. You don't want to have the motion blur, because that also you don't want that in SimRay. You don't want anywhere, but let's say in social VR. What do you want for social VR? You probably want a headset which you can wear for a longer period of time, but that's about it. Because in social VR, if you want to immerse yourself in the user-generated worlds, which are beautiful, you want those visuals. You want to be able to see those crisp, vibrant colors of those beautiful forests or cities or cyberpunk cities or DJ clubs and things that you need to be able to see that. If you're watching movies in VR, you also want to have as least amount of glare and other artifacts. I get it, this headset has good blacks, like it's pitch blacks and stuff, but because the brightness is missing on the other side, lightnings or those lights which you see in the pitch black, they're not standing out as much as if you would wear a headset, for example, which doesn't have OLED screen. Who is this headset for? I was trying to figure it out, and you let me know if you own Bigscreen Beyond 2. You write me down what you use it for. I'm definitely not the one. I'm a social VR person with occasional simming, but most of my time is social VR, and I need FOV, I need clarity, I need good sweet spot. I just need those things. I hate motion blur, and I hate the glare. I just can't stand the glare. We're discussing it in the community, and maybe if you, like one guy said, if you lay down and don't move much, it's a great headset to have. Don't get me wrong, this form factor is what I want from VR headsets of the future. But I also want this form factor with the visuals from, for example, visuals like VR1. They had to take so many compromises to make this form factor that it made the headset not a headset. Because if you buy VR headset, your main purpose is immersion. You want to have great visuals. The whole point of headset is to have great visuals, right? You don't buy Ferrari and then put an engine from scooter there. Let's say you buy a racing car. You want to race in that car, right? But if you buy a normal pickup truck, then you want to bring stuff in it. But if you buy, in my mind, if I buy VR headset, the top priority of the list are visuals. But if you compromise on visuals, then everything else doesn't matter. It almost doesn't matter, because if you can't enjoy the visuals and you can't see the virtual worlds, the beauty of virtual worlds through the lenses properly, it just defeats the purpose. It truly does for me. That's where I have a problem with this headset. You know, you will see in the video, we compared it to some different headsets with Shodah and stuff. Like, while at some point, like, you will see it. I truly mean it. Again, I would love to love this headset, but from my perspective, from my use case, from my understanding of what I expect from VR headsets in 2025, the visuals of this headset don't make it. And by the way, one more thing I want to say. This headset is small. One of the compromises they need to do is they have put not as many lighthouse tracking IR diodes on the headset. And I was constantly, at home I have 3 base stations because I do full body tracking, social and stuff. The moment I was trying to take the headset or move my hand and stuff, I was losing tracking very often in this headset. So the gray screen stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Way more often than I would want to. That's another compromise of the size. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there has to be a compromise. Like, you have to understand, why do you do this certain compromise? Almost unusable for the purpose it was created, then what's the point? The size of it, definitely the future. The optics, we're going to the past. And that's the contradiction of this headset to me. If you would put me to the wall, I mean, you don't need to put me all. I made my own decisions with building VR1. I prioritize optics and visuals every single time, if you ask me. I would never prioritize form over the function at this point of time for virtual reality, because virtual reality is the product which tries to put you in VR, immerse you, and make your eyes believe and your head believe that you are there. I am not mad at Bigscreen guys for making this headset. They had a goal to make the smallest, the most compact headset on the market. They needed to compromise a lot, but they did it. So the guys, Bigscreen guys, it's their decision, it's their company, it's their decision, it's their product. I have no problem with that. I am mad at many YouTubers out there and reviewers. And I know many people will hate me for saying this, but I think affiliate links is partly responsible for that. I started this video, as you saw, not because it was funny. It was exactly that moment where I was, I tried Bigscreen Beyond 1, didn't like it, was complete, for me, it was complete no-go. Then I saw reviews of Bigscreen Beyond 2 from YouTubers to YouTubers to YouTubers to YouTubers, praising it here, praising it there. And yes, some of them are mentioning the downside of this, but no one is saying it in a way which would alarm people and put their attention on it, saying like, guys, yes, if you want a small, but this and this and this. I watched countless reviews, and everybody, or a lot of people, majority of them, was saying, oh, they upgraded it so much. It's so much better. The glare is almost solved. This is solved. The sweet spot is huge. The field of view is much bigger, and blah, blah, and blah, blah, and blah, blah, and blah. And I was like, whoa. I didn't plan to buy Bigscreen Beyond 2. Honestly, I didn't. I saw those superlatives, and I'm an investor in Hypervision. They do pancake optics, and I want to know what's next. And if they have solved it so much, I need to see it. And I bought it. I was like, okay, Arthur, I bought it, man. If it's so cool, I need to see it. Some of you might be in love with this headset. I believe it. But every time I see someone saying to me something and then mentioning, hey, there is an affiliate link where I, as YouTuber, or you guys as YouTubers, get up to, $200, $300 per headset sold from a company who promotes this headset via the affiliate link, then I think it's a conflict of interest. Because yes, you can mention negatives, but you can also kind of brush them off a little bit to not sound as harsh, but concentrate more on the positives, because the interest of most of the YouTube videos, who are using affiliate links, again, not everyone, but many are guilty. The interest of that is to sell headsets. I understand being YouTuber full-time is a tough job. It's actually a lot of work, but what I'm saying is there's a big conflict. I have been saying this forever. There's a big conflict of interest. We see it in many cases, not only in Bigscreen case, but also in other headset manufacturers who are pushing this narrative of affiliate links. And some of went even further, Pimax looking at you, of doing some even more shadier things, paying for reviews and giving some freebies for Amazon reviews and stuff like that. You know who you are. Somnium VR1 said we will not do affiliate links from the day one, because I simply hate. I would have sold more headsets because of it, of course, because more YouTubers will be interested to cover it, more people will be clicking it. If you have two products, I don't know, you have this phone and this phone, okay? Xiaomi 17 Pro Max and Google Pixel. And let's say this phone doesn't give you affiliate links and this phone does. So you have both phones, you did one review on both phones, and then what are you inclined more to make reviews for? This, where it gives you the affiliate links, or this, which doesn't? Probably you will do more videos about this. I'm just saying, let's be realistic. I want people to understand that, and I want you guys, YouTubers, and I know you're mad at me and some of you just hate me for that. I say what I think. I feel affiliate links are a problem, and this problem needs to be solved, and it needs to be absolutely transparent. Now, what's the solution? I would say solution is A, don't take affiliate links, but take paid advertisements on the video. So this video is sponsored by Bigscreen, you know, and then you go this. Or be transparent. If you take affiliate link and you get, I don't know, $150 per headset sold, say it like this. So then the consumers, they know what exactly is going on and they can at least estimate what could be the potential profit of each YouTuber. Yeah, I know it's tough, but you can do it for your own integrity and for the integrity of the whole industry. Because this affiliate link problem is not only for VR headset, it's actually pronounced very strongly in VR headsets market. Advisor and some other headsets like this, Deca Gear and some other headsets like this, till I remind more. And that's my message. Sorry, I ran a lot, but this is what I want to say. So I'm not mad at Bigscreen. Okay, I would love if Bigscreen didn't use the affiliate links. I would love to everyone ditch affiliate links. It's very rare to be able to navigate this affiliate link. On one hand, I need to feed my family. On the other hand, I need to be very open and honest about what I like and what I don't like, and not to piss off the company which provided me that. Like, it's a very fine line. It's a very hard fine line to do. I know, even though if you don't agree with me, it's fine. It's fine to disagree. I get it. Okay, we can have different opinions. I get it. You think I'm, how to say, impartial in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not hiding it. Okay? I'm just saying, I'm here telling you what I think, and you can either like it or you don't like it or you disagree with me. Write me the comment. I'll be reading them. I'll reply to you if I can. I want everybody to succeed. With that, I will finish this video. Thank you for watching, and we see each other in the next one, which probably will be, who knows? But there's a lot of headsets coming out, so I will be reviewing them as well. Bye-bye.
Check out the links down in the description.
There is a link down below.
Do you have an affiliate link?
The links you can find in the description.
The MOTV affiliate links